So hope that you are having a good day so far. All right, so for today, we will be doing our grade 4 English lesson on regular plural nouns. So we'll be doing our grade 4 lesson on regular plural nouns. And before we start with our lesson on regular plural nouns, we are going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged into aplusstudents.ca, we're going to log in with our username as well as our password. We're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 4, and then we are going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of regular plural nouns. All right, so once we are at the chapter of regular plural nouns, there is a couple of lessons that we are going to be focusing on today. Sorry. So we are doing the chapter of regular plural nouns. Our subject is English language arts. Sorry. Grade 4. And our lessons that we're going to be focusing on is to form regular plurals with S, ES, and IES. We are going to use regular plurals with S, ES, and IES. So that is going to be our focus lessons for today. If we do have more time, then we will probably continue with the rest of the lessons. Our tutorial lessons are on aplusstudents.ca. So that is where you are going to be logged in and you're going to be following with the tutorials as well as the tests. So aplusstudents.ca. Later on, we're going to be doing an activity on aplusclasses.ca. All right, so we're going to start. So when it comes to regular plural nouns, right, singular means one, right? So singular, it means one. And plural means more than one, right? So if we make mention of something that is singular, right, then it's like saying it is one of something. And plural is two or more of that specific something. So we said singular means one and plural means more than one. And when it comes to most of the singular words, we mainly just add an S to make them plural. Like, for example, one tree, right? That is singular. One tree is singular, but two trees, and then we added the S, which is plural. If we can think of a few more examples of singular and plural nouns that ends in that ends with an S, then we can maybe think of, for example, boys or a boy. So the singular word for a singular form is boy, but the plural form, if it's one boy, if we want to make mention of more than one, then what are we going to say? Then we will say boys, right? And then we just added the S. The same with girl. one girl, which is singular. But if we want the plural form of girl, and then what do you think the plural will be? And the plural will be girls, right? And we just added an S. Same with ball. I have one ball, right? Jane has two. Then we would say balls. And we just added an S, right? So these words are singular, which means one. And the words on the other side, where we added an S, it is plural. And it means more than one. So here we basically just added an S to show the plural form of the singular word. All right. So also, if a singular word, right? So if a singular word ends in S, ends in CH, which is ch, ends in SH, which is like sh. If it ends in X or Z, right? Then it means that we need to add and we add ES to make it plural, right? So we add ES to make it plural, right? So for example is one bush. So as we can see, bush, it ends in SH, right? So one bush, but two or more bushes. And there we added the ES to that word. So now it is a plural word, or it's plural for bushes. All right, so if we can think of more words that, for example, either ends in S, that ends in CH, ends in SH, X, or Z. If we maybe think of a word that ends in an X, like for example, box, one box. If we have one box, and then we can say we have two what? Two boxes, right? But do we just add the S or do we add the ES after our X? One box. So we will say two boxes and we added the ES. All right. Let's say we choose a word that ends in CH, for example. Um, there's one church, right, in my town. But in the next town, there are three churches. And there we added an ES to basically show the plural form of that word church. One box, two or more boxes, one church, a lot of churches. All right, so that is basically a few examples of both singular, these are the singular words over here, which means one. So the singular words, and these ones are the plural forms, which means more than one. Right? And these words, they end in es. Right? So as mentioned, right, singular means one and plural means more than one. And with most of our singular words, we basically just add an s, right, to show the plural form of that specific word. But if words end in s, ch, sh, x, or z, right, or z, then we add es to make that word plural. So we will then add an es, and then it basically will change the word from a singular form or singular word to a plural form or plural word. All right. So now we're going to go back to, or we're going to our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So we're going back to aplusstudents.ca, and we're going to form regular plurals with s, es, and ies. And we said singular means one, plural means more than one, right? And we said with most of our singular words, we just add s to make them plural, and certain words, and if a singular word, for example, ends in s, ch, sh, x, or z, and then we add an es to make it plural. And we said with most of our singular words, we just add s to make them plural, and we made an example of tree and trees, boy and boys, girl and girls, one ball, lots of balls. So that is basically just the, it's almost like most of the singular forms. If we just add an s, and then it will be plural. But then if a singular word, it ends, like we said, in sch, shx, or z, then it ends in es, right? And then we will make it plural. And we made an example of bush, one bush, two bushes. And we added an es after bush. All right. So now we're going to do a little activity. Not activity, but yes. So we need to type the missing word. Canvas plus es. So canvas plus es. So canvas plus es, right? We said that if a singular word ends in s, and then we add an es to make it plural. So canvas plus es, we can say then it is canvases. So canvas plus is canvases. And there we added the es to show that it is plural. Camp plus is. We need to type the missing word. Camp plus is. Camp plus is. If we add an is to make the word plural, right? And then it means that it's going to be camps. So one camp, but if we add an is to the word, and then it will be camps. And then peach, peach plus es. So peach is singular form. Peach, one peach. So one peach, but two. One peach, but two peaches. And then we added an as to make the word plural. So peaches. Remember we said that if the word either ends in s, ch, shx, or z, and then we add an es to make it plural. So peaches. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to form regular plurals with s, es, and ies. And we're first going to complete a test. All right, so if we look at, we need to type the missing word. It's walrus plus es. Walrus plus es. Is it the first one, which is walrus, or the second one, which is walruses? We need to type or choose the correct one. Walrus or walruses? All right, so if we basically add an es to the word walrus, and then we will say it will be walruses. All right, so we can say walruses. Song plus is. So if we want to change that word into a plural form, one song, listening to one song, but now listening to two songs. So song plus is. We change that word into a plural form. Is it going to be song or is it going to be songs? So we will then say songs. So song plus is, it is songs. All right. Grumble, sorry, plus is grumble. It's like talking under your breath. Grumble or mumbling. Grumble is, yeah. So grumble plus is it grumbles or is it just grumble? Grumble plus is. And grumble plus is, we can say it is grumbles. So we said grumbles. Tail plus is. It's like saying one tail, two tails. So one tail plus is. So tail plus is, we will then say it is tails. And that shows the plural form. Birch plus es. Birch plus es. So birch plus es, it's like saying, is it birch or is it birches? Yes, birches. Birches is plural form. Thing plus is. Thing plus is. Remember, we did say most of the singular words we add is to make them plural. So thing plus is. What is thing plus is? Is it thing or things? So thing plus is, we can say it is things. All right. So that is forming irregular plurals with is, es, and ies. And also using regular plurals with es, s, and ies. All right, if we go to the next one, where it says form irregular plurals with s, es, ies, and ves. So we're now going to form regular plurals by adding the words together. All right, remember we said that most of our singular words, we just add an s and then it becomes a plural form, or we make it plural. And then if singular words end in s, ch, sh, x, or z, Then we add es to make it plural. And if a singular word ends in a consonant, then you drop the y and you add ies to make it plural. All right. So now we need to type the missing word daisy plus ies. So daisy plus ies. Remember we said that if a word ends in y, we drop the y and we add, for example, ies. So daisies. We say daisies. If we drop the y, we add the ies, and we can say daisies. And as you can see, there's no y. Daisies is the plural form of daisy that ends with a y. Lamp, lamp plus is. So one lamp, two lamps. Lamps. Field plus is. Field plus is. If you're working in the field, one field. But now we need to plow more than one field. We need to plow fields. So fields. So fields. All right. And there we added the is. All right. So now we're going on to our test. So we are going to now basically type the missing word by adding those two words, which is the word town plus is. Town plus is. So town plus is it just town or is it towns? Town plus is. If I add an is to the word town, is it towns or is it just town? All right, so then we will say towns. Because it will show plural, shows more than. Body plus IE is. Is it bodies, the first one, or is it just body which is the second one. All right. If we add the IES to the word body, right? Remember we said that we drop the Y and we just add the IES, and then it will be bodies, which is the first option. All right. Bucket. Bucket plus S. Bucket plus S. Is it buckets or bucket? Bucket plus S. Is it buckets or bucket? And we can then say it is buckets because the S was added. Fox plus ES. Fox plus ES. Is it fox or foxes? Fox plus ES. So fox plus ES, then we can say it is foxes. And we added the ES. Table plus S in order to show, to make the word plural. More than one. Table plus S. Is it table or is it tables? Table plus S. All right, and table plus S, we can then say it is tables. The last one is candy plus IES. And remember we said that if the singular word candy, like for example candy, if it ends with a Y, we drop the Y, we add the IES up until we get candies. All right. So candies. All right. So now we basically just formed and as well as used regular plurals with S, ES, and IES, right? So if we now go to a plus students.ca, a plus classes.ca, we're going to a plus classes.ca. We're going to log into a plus classes.ca. Once we've logged into a plus classes.ca, we're going to learning material. And then we're going to grade and we're going to choose grade 4, language arts. Mm-hmm. So language arts, and then we're going to go to the grammar book. Let me just go back. All right, so once we have selected grade 4 and we've selected language arts, and then we're going to click on the second and middle workbook, which is grammar practice workbook. So once we are in the grammar page book, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to page 39. So page 39. So we are on A plus classes.ca. We go under learning materials. Mhm. We have our grade 4 language arts page 39. All right, so we're in the grammar. Once we are on page 39, right? Page 39 says you need to decide whether each underlined word is either a singular or plural noun, right? And most of these plural nouns, it just ends with an S. So there are no jobs here. So the word jobs, is jobs singular or is it plural? Okay. So jobs, so we're going to say jobs is plural because it shows more than one. It's like more than one job that you have. My family is leaving the country. So country, is country singular or is country plural? Country, is it singular or plural? All right, so we can basically say country is singular. So we can say this is singular. We are going to stay with my grandparents for now. Grandparents for now. So grandparents, is that one grandparent or more than? Is it singular or is it plural? Mhm. So grandparents. So grandparents, we can say it is plural. Because parents ending with an S, it is more than one grandparent. Papa sent us a letter. Letter. So letter is singular. And station, he is meeting at the bus station. And bus station, we also just say it is singular. So that is but a few of the words, right, where we decide whether each of the underlined words are either singular or plural. All right. All right. So that was basically the singular and plural. So now, if we add s to form, we basically add s to form a plural of most singular nouns, and we add es to form plurals of singular nouns that ends in s, sh, ch, or x. And to form the plural nouns ending in a consonant y, you need to change y. We drop the y and we add I, E, S. So we're going to write down the correct plural form of each noun in parentheses, in the box, in the bracket. So I saw running across the prairie. So foxes, right? We need to write that in so foxes. It is running around the prairie. Many people from other country have come to the United States. Is it country or they've come from other countries? So we will rather than just say that this is okay, it is past. So country we can say it is countries. It's with an we drop the Y with country. We drop the Y with country and we added IES for countries. So countries. Masses of people traveled to the West in 1800s. So basically, a lot of people traveled to the West in the 1800s. hundreds. And some travelers, they keep diary. So we're going to say they keep diaries. So diaries. We need to gather a few branches so we can build a fire. Branches. All right, so that is but a few of our plural words or plural forms of words where we either add just an is or we add an es or we added an ies. All right. So grade 4, that is basically the end of our lesson on regular plural nouns. Remember, we said that singular means one, plural means more than one. And most times, our plural word will end in an S, or unless your, for example, the word ends in S, it ends in X, CH, SH. And then we add the ES to that word in order to show the plural form. All right, but that is not the end of our lessons, grade 4. Thank you very much for joining. You should have a good evening further. Goodbye.